Hi, I'm Mrs. Zatsky, and this is our Mysterious Mixture Lab. There's 2 pages of instructions, and I'm going to go over how to do it with components A, B, and C. So what you need to do first is stir it with your craft stick, okay? Take a look at it, write some things down on your lab sheet. Then you're going to mass the entire mixture in the cup. Okay, so when it says 0, you can put the whole thing on there. Write that number down. You're going to empty the mixture into your Petri dish. Okay, and then measure the empty cup. So 3.5. So you're going to subtract those 2 values from each other. Okay, when you're done with that, at this point you could take out some of these like crazy big pieces if you would like. You want to keep a lot of this fine grained material. Okay, and then you're going to use your magnet to really get in there and pick up the magnetic materials. Okay, so this is what we're going to call component A, just because it's the first thing we grabbed. Okay, so and it looks really crazy. So you put it on your filter paper, you release the magnet, but don't let it come out of the bag. Okay, and then we can go again inside of our mixture. Okay, just making sure we're getting all the magnetic pieces. Now obviously these are not magnetic, so you can take those off. Okay, and cool. So I can put this on here. So I'm pretty confident I have everything out of here. So just kind of move everything and spread this stuff out. Pick out some big pieces. Okay, and go over it again with the magnet on the filter paper this time. Okay, so there's going to be some leftover stuff. You go ahead and pour that back. Okay, and you can let it go again. And I know this seems redundant, but you really want as pure of the component A as you can get. Okay, so this looks pretty good actually. There's a few pine needles in there. Don't worry about it, just let them stay. But just remember that component A is not the pine needles. Okay, so you can see that I have a lot of component A. You turn your scale back on, make sure it says 0. You can fold this in half and measure it. It says 9.5. It's probably more than what you guys are getting. Okay, and then I can actually discard this in the bucket that says discard component A. So actually I first need to write some observations. So it's brown, magnetic, okay, fine grained. So get rid of that. All done with component A. So now we're going to move on to the directions for component B. Component B says mass the filter paper by itself. Okay, so we've got 1.4 grams, 1.5 grams, whatever it measures as. If you have some spills, you can clean that up and put it back in. You really want to keep as much of it as you can. So you can use the plastic forceps now to take out any pieces that are rocks, okay, or rock-like. Don't be confused by the bark pieces, okay, those are lighter weight and large. So I really don't have that many rocks in here, okay, just a few. And put that aside, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to mass it while it's full. You write down 4.0. You subtract that from the empty filter paper to get component B. And then you write down some observations. Component B look like rocks, they're black, they're small, but they're pebbles, then you go ahead and pour it into the discard B bin. Okay? Now, it says to mask the filter paper again. Now, it seems redundant, but it could change its mass over time. Okay? So this one's saying it's now 1.7. Okay, so it's a little bit heavier. So place the Petri dish on a dry paper towel under the sieve. Okay? So, oh, this needs to go back in the cup. I forgot to do that. We're going to put this back into the cup. Okay, one important step I want you to make sure you did is that you wrote your name on your filter paper. On the sticky part of your sticky note, it should go on your Petri dish so you can see it. And then you also need your name on your craft stick. Okay? Okay, so Petri dish, dry paper towel, sieve on top. Slowly pour the mixture from the cup to separate component C. Okay, so this is the messy part. Okay, you kind of filter it. You can use your craft stick to kind of push it through. Okay. Might get some pieces that fly everywhere. That's totally fine. The white crystals you really want to be in the Petri dish. Okay. As much as you can. Okay. So now transfer this to your filter paper. Okay. And as you can see, there's all kinds of pine needles everywhere. You can pick those puppies up. You really want them out of this mixture, so you want it nice and clean. Okay? After you're done with this, you can take component C. Okay? And again, you really want to get all of these pieces out of here. You just want little brown and white flecks. Okay. Pretty good? Okay. And then you turn on your scale. You stick component C on there. It says 8.4, 8.5. Okay. You take component C and you can either throw it in the trash or in the bin that says discard component C. Okay? And then you are all done for the day. What you need to do is move this material, which is components D and E, into the filter paper and back into the cup. Okay? Now you can make a little stack of your items. Take this all and turn it in so that we can work on tomorrow's.